Welcome back to the channel. This is the Action Figure Grader, and as always, it's that time of the week. We're going to go through some items that are for sale on eBay. Star Wars, vintage, modern, some comic books, and as always in the video description, there are eBay affiliate links. And for the items that are buy it nows, if you click on that link and buy it, it does help out the channel at no cost to you. Or if they're at auction, you can place a low bid using those affiliate links. Come back and try to win it for real later, and it'll credit the channel. So thanks to those of you that do that. I do recognize that a lot of you do that and take the time to use those affiliate links. I really appreciate it. And I've got a pretty wide assortment here today across every price point. Some of us, like me, are still maybe recovering from the last Hakes auction, and our pocketbooks may be a little bit barren, like the Tatooine desert and like my head. So if that's the case, then maybe some of these less expensive items might be a good fit this week. So let's go ahead and dig in. I've got a pretty awesome assortment here. We're going to start off with the vintage collection, and here is a VC-36 Senate Guard unpunched, and this is the Canadian version. So the Canadian version of VC-36, you can see very clearly in the upper left, age Idadi, and on the back it's the Canadian card. So not perfect, but pretty close, pretty awesome condition, and it's $40. $40 plus $9 shipping from Canada for the harder to find Canadian version of the VC-36 Senate Guard. Next up, we've got a special action figure set for Dr. Aphra, unpunched, pretty awesome condition, and this one's at auction. They've been selling for between $90 and $110, so that gives you a price point to aim for. Right now the bid is at $51. It ends Saturday morning at 11:30 Central or 12:30 in the afternoon Eastern time, and that one is in the US. Here is a VC-102 Ahsoka original issue listed for $275, and it's make an offer. So this is the original issue. Now, it's not perfect, right? And that's why it's priced where it is. It's listed at $275, but you can see some very light edge wear all the way around it. But for those of you that have been patiently waiting for a less expensive VC-102 to pop up, this is not a bad deal. It just got listed this morning as of the making of this video, and it is a make an offer situation. So maybe you can get it closer to $225 or so, just given the light edge wear to it. But that is an unpunched VC-102 original issue. For the crazy people out there, for the insane people out there that want a graded HasLab Razor Crest, this seller does have one available. This is an AFA uncirculated 8.5. So that's the positive news. Somebody actually sent in a sealed shipper case of the Razor Crest. So that's the good news, uncirculated 8.5. The negative is he's not willing to ship it. It's located in Cedartown, Georgia. There's 13 watchers on it, and I can tell you that this seller is legit. You're not going to get murdered if you try to go down there to pick it up. I've dealt with his son before. I bought a Batman Adventures 12 first appearance of Harley Quinn in a CGC 9.8 from his son. Very smooth transaction, and I think I just bought a second comic from his son as well. So this is a trusted seller. I've had conversations with him. Not a serial killer. It puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again. It's not one of those kind of guys. So, you know, if you're looking for an uncirculated 8.5 Razor Crest, AFA graded, you can go pick it up in Cedartown, Georgia. But it's listed for $800. To me, it's actually not a bad price. You know, these ungraded go for $500 to $550 typically, plus shipping. So you can get an AFA graded example for $800. So, but it's in Cedartown, Georgia, so keep that in mind. Next up, we've got a mail-away Kenner Emperor from South Beach Toys. Trusted seller I've bought from in the past. Pretty awesome condition. Maybe one little tiny crease on the box, but I think this gets an overall 85, and it's $55. And it is, let's see, free shipping. Free shipping, $55 for an Emperor mail-away. That is a bargain of a deal. So somebody's going to grab that one. That one got listed last night, and there are 5 watchers on it already. Next up, I wanted to throw this one in here. It's a loose complete Stormtrooper. It's not perfect, okay? I realize that. It's got maybe one little rub on his thumb, but it's $45, and the figure's pretty white. I mean, I guess potentially the seller could be like brightening the photos, but I'm not trying to say it's the most perfect Stormtrooper in the world, but it just got listed and it's 45 bucks, 4 watchers on it, loose complete, pretty good deal, pretty good deal. I think that's worth a buy. Probably grades out at about an 80. Next up, we've got a UKG 85% Wicket, and I think this is the Taiwan Wicket, figure 90, paint 85%, brand new case style, and it's listed for 75 pounds, which is 94 US dollars. There's 5 watchers on that one. If you're in the UK, you're probably, about another $10 shipping, so that's a really good deal, I think, for a high-grade Wicket. I see these sell for almost this price ungraded on Rogue 5 Toys on Facebook, where I admin. You know, Chris or Charles or some of those guys, they list these all the time for 70 or 80 bucks. So to get one a UKG 85% for $95, I think that's a pretty good deal there. Next up, I can't remember if I already showed this or not, so I apologize if I did, but I'm surprised this hasn't sold yet. This is the Toll Toys mail-away version for Forlom, and it's a UKG 85% listed for 300 pounds, which is 373 US dollars, and it's make an offer, and it is 10 watchers on this one already. I've got this one in an AFA 85, but this one is graded UKG 85%. This is the Australia or New Zealand market Toll Toys version of the Forlom mail-away. Pretty awesome deal, if you ask me. I think I paid around that same price for an AFA 85. You could make an offer and probably get it for $300 to $325 at this point. It's been listed for a few weeks now. And again, I might have already included this in a past what to buy video, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. So I just think it's a good deal. That's a really good buy there. Next up, this one just got listed. This is a UKG 75% pale face dark brown paint apps Hoth Rebel Soldier. Now, again, it's only a 75, and it's in pretty, it's not perfect. It's got some pretty rough condition there. You could maybe make an argument that it's a 70. I don't know. But, it's listed dark brown PBP, Rebel Soldier, pale face. Now, with the metallic blaster, even in this condition, you're probably talking about $800 to $900. In higher grade, I've seen them consistently sell for $1,000 to $1,100, even ungraded. So you're getting a little bit of a discount because it doesn't have the metallic PBP specific blaster, just the standard Hong Kong blaster, I assume. And it's got the pale face, dark brown paint apps. It's a very distinctive Spanish figure. And this figure came with both the metallic blaster and the regular Bespin blaster. So it's correctly graded, in my opinion. Maybe it's a 70 plus or a 75. Who cares? It's a very rare Spanish PBP variant. I don't have this one in my collection. Very tempting. And there's a make an offer option. There's 8 watchers on it. It just got listed yesterday. Next up, we've got at auction a short V mold Power Droid AFA 80, and this is from Vaults of Yavin, a seller I've bought from many times and I've shown on the channel many times. It's at $54 right now. This one ends Sunday evening at 8:53 Eastern Time. So if you want that short V, you can see very clearly on the right-hand side of the photo that V mold is a lot shorter. It usually comes down to about this secondary line right here below the eye mold on the front of the figure. It usually comes down about another, quarter inch or so. So this is the short V mold as it's labeled by AFA. AFA just started labeling those the short V mold last year. So it's really funny to me. It's 2024, folks. It's been like 45 years since these figures were released, and we're still learning about figure variants that we didn't even realize were staring at us right in our stupid faces. So this is a really awesome figure, and short V mold AFA 80, 54 bucks. That one ends Sunday evening. Here's another one. This is the tri-logo example of the Indoor Forest Ranger mini rig. It's graded UKG 75% open but unused contents. Indoor Forest Ranger tri-logo box. So I just thought it was worth showing because it is the harder to find tri-logo version of the Indoor Forest Ranger. The Indoor Forest Ranger is one of the more expensive mini rigs. It's not quite to the Power of the Force like Imperial Sniper level of rarity, but it's a pretty awesome kind of next level down in terms of rarity. And this one's listed for 300 pounds, make an offer situation, trusted seller I've bought from in the past. That equates to about $379 US plus shipping. There's 8 watchers on that one. I sent this one out to my Patreons about maybe 3 days ago. No one's made an offer or decided to pick it up. So I'll put it out to the broader YouTube audience, but I think that one's going to sell. I've got some comics before we dig into some Minon Card vintage Kenner items. We've got a Phantom Menace #3 photo variant cover. This is the first comic book cover appearance of Darth Maul. This is the less expensive photo variant cover. Now, this was going for, even a few months ago, for $125 to $150. This is $85 make an offer. $85 make an offer plus $15 shipping. I'm shocked that hasn't sold yet, but it's crazy how much that one has dropped. And again, it's the less expensive variant cover. There's a painted cover with a close-up of Darth Maul's face. But if you want Darth Maul's first ever comic book cover appearance, this is the one. And it's at $85 plus $15 shipping. We've got a auction going for a CGC 9.8 of the Clone Wars #1. The first appearance of Ahsoka Tano and Captain Rex in comics. This one just got listed. This one ends Sunday evening at 9:54 Eastern Time. The current bid is $212. This has been consistently going for between, I'd say, if you're lucky, you get it for under $1,000. But mainly they've been going for $1,000 to $1,100, that ballpark. But you could get lucky in an auction and get it for sub $1,000. That one ends Sunday evening, and the current bid is $212.50 in case you want to place an early bid using the affiliate links. There's also at auction a Star Wars The Clone Wars #8. Pretty awesome cover there of Asajj Ventress coming down on Plo Koon, I believe, in Arctic gear. And I think this is the first comic book appearance of Clone Commander Wolf. That might be the issue before that. I can't remember. My memory's terrible. But pretty awesome cover there. I don't have this one in my collection. This one shouldn't go very much money. I'd say $125 or so is about the right price, or less. But that's a really nice example. CGC 9.8 white pages. That one ends also Sunday evening. Here is Darth Vader #3, but the harder to find purple 4th printing. Now, one just sold the other night at auction, so I've got good recent data for you. It sold for about $450. It's a much more difficult book to get in a 9.8 versus the first 3 printings, the cover A. And the only one that's more expensive is the 1 in 25 Salvador La Rocca variant. That's got a totally different cover. But this is a really expensive comic book, fewer on the census. Right now, it's at $203.50. That one ends Friday evening at 10:05 Eastern Time. So keep that in mind if you're watching this video on Friday, that this book is going to end tonight as of the release date of this video. But this is the harder to find 4th print Darth Vader #3. And as I already mentioned, one just sold a couple of days ago in an auction for about $450. So that gives you a price target to aim for. First appearance of Dr. Aphra. I've got one non-Star Wars comic. Don't freak out. I wanted to show it in honor of the new X-Men 97 cartoon that just started, I think on Netflix or Amazon. I can't remember. I haven't watched it yet. But we had X-Men Adventures #1. This is from 1992, based on the original animated series that was on TV. Well, they just brought it back to streaming. And this is a pretty awesome comic book. It's got a first appearance of like some secondary hero. I can't remember, but it's really just an awesome cover. And in honor of the new series coming out, I wanted to show this one. It's a 9.8 white pages. It's at auction. It's at $13.50 right now. It'll probably end up around $175 to $200. That's where they've been selling consistently. It might sneak above $200, but don't pay that, okay? It's a little hot right now because of the new series coming out, but I want to get this book for my collection just because I remember the original series that came out kind of when I was in middle school. So I was kind of past cartoons, but I do remember watching a few of them. But anyway, this one ends Monday evening at 9:23 Eastern Time. X-Men Adventures #1, based on the animated television series. It's got Gambit, Cyclops, Wolverine, Professor X, Storm, and Rogue on the cover. And this is the first appearance. I can't remember. It's like Psyops or something. I can't remember who this character is, but it's a first appearance character. Next up, we've got a Unused Contents Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. This is the Collector Series version from 1983. The title of the eBay auction is incorrect. It's labeled 1978, but this is the 1983 version. And as you can see in the photos, it's got the catalog, the instruction sheet, as well as the unused sticker sheet, all of the contents inside, including the cardboard insert. So this one should qualify for qualified grading, and I think it gets like a 75 at best, mainly because of the box. The box has got a pretty massive ding right here, so just keep that in mind, that if you do send it in for qualified grading, it may not grade that high, but you might just get it and put it in a EN sliding acrylic case and have it on your shelf. It's unused contents. It's a pretty nice example. Maybe it goes cheap. This one ends Sunday afternoon at 4:15 Eastern time. And the current bid right now is $102.50. So that's a nice example. All right, here we go. Now, this is one I would love to bid on, okay? And I might still bid on it. All right, full disclosure, I might still bid on this, but I wanted to show it just to be fair to everybody out there that likes R5D4 like me. This is a factory error where he has been packed in backwards. And if you send it into grading, they will note that on the label. I've seen some R5D4s as well as R2D2s mint on card where either AFA or CAS will label it packed in backwards or just backwards figure, something like that. It's a clear blister 65 back A or B. What is it? This is the 65 back B, clear blister, Return of the Jedi, R5D4. You guys know I've been wanting one of these. All right, so this is one I've been wanting. I haven't decided whether I'm going to bid on it or not, but I wanted to open it up to the broader YouTube audience. It does have some wear to the front of the card. You can see some litho damage from where it was packed in, you know, back to back, either in a Kenner shipping case or what. So there is some litho damage at the top of the card. It probably grades out at a 75 or a 75 plus. But I don't think it really matters, you know, what the grade is, because it's a backwards packed figure, clear blister. It's very tempting. If I hadn't just spent my entire boatload of savings on Hakes, I would be tempted on it. So right now, the current bid is $400. There's like 13 watchers on it right now. There's been no bids yet. It's free shipping. It's in the U.S. It's a seller that has over 2,500 transactions with 100 positive feedback. I've looked very closely at the photos, and it does look 100% legit. So if you guys are into R5D4 or if you're into factory errors, this is a very cool one because, as you can see, the figure has been packed in backwards. Awesome example. And again, there's been no bids yet. So right now it's at $400 free shipping. That one ends Saturday evening at 11:58, so almost midnight on Saturday. I've got a couple of different mint on card Zuckai, if you're talking dirty to me. This is an ungraded 65 back A, and it looks to be like a clear blister. It might just be shadows. I think it's a clear blister. You know, looking at it closely, it looks like a clear blister to me. 65 back A, Zuckus, unpunched, no price sticker. That one ends Saturday morning at 9:45 Eastern time. So keep that in mind, that it ends at kind of a weird time. Maybe you get a good deal on it. The current bid on it is $122.50. I expect this one to sell for $250 to $300. Maybe it goes for even more. I don't know. But it's ungraded. Probably gets about an 80 grade from the grading companies. Clear blister 65A. Now, if you want one already graded but yellow blister, here is a 65 back C Emperor offer punched example with the price sticker. AFA 85, but it is a yellowed blister, unfortunately. So keep that in mind with your bidding. That one ends this evening, as of the release date of this video, at 9 p.m. Eastern time Friday. So keep that in mind, that if you're watching this video, it's going to end pretty quick thereafter. The current bid is $177.50. I don't know what it goes for. I'm guessing $250 to $300, somewhere in that ballpark. It is an AFA 85, so maybe someone's willing to pay up a little bit. The yellowing is kind of moderate. It's not super dark horse pea yellow, but it's also not a faint yellow. So you can expect that one to probably be tapered down on the price range, even though it is an AFA 85. It's got a price sticker and it's also punched. So I would expect this one, the Clear Blister 65 back A, I would expect this one to maybe go for even more than the AFA 85 65 back C. That's my guess. I don't know if that happens or not. We'll see. We've got a CAS 80 Power of the Force Darth Vader Minon card. This is another tempting one. It's a punched example, no price sticker. It just got listed last night as of the making of this video, and there's already 12 watchers on it. So I don't expect this one to be around by the time this video airs, but I did send this out to my Patreon supporters, and I would be shocked if it's still around when you guys are watching this video. So CAS 80 Darth Vader, and it's priced, honestly, it's priced right on the money. I've seen them in this condition, ungraded, sell for $900. I think it's worth every penny of $9.95. Whether that sells or not, we'll see. But as of right now, it's still available. Here's another one from a trusted friend of mine. It's a Clear Blister transition card, AFA 75, 48 back, Return of the Jedi Luke Farm Boy, and it's the dark brown haired variant. Now, AFA/CIB just sold an AFA 80 for $3,000. This seller has it listed for $2,500 in a make an offer option, and I received an offer from him for $2,350. So if you're into Luke Farm Boy's rare dark brown haired variants in an AFA 75, and it's the harder to find transition card on the 48 back. So only Empire Strikes Back figures, characters, and Star Wars characters appeared on this card back. No Return of the Jedi characters appeared on the 48 back. Free Neonum offer. And it's one of the hardest to find variants for Luke Farm Boy. It's not as rare as a double telescoping saber. I would actually argue that the dark brown haired Luke is rarer than the double telescoping saber Luke. I feel like I see the double telescoping saber Luke more than I do the dark brown hair. Don't confuse this one with just the brown haired Hong Kong. This is the dark brown hair. It's a much more difficult figure to find that only appeared on a few Empire Strikes Back card backs, as well as this 48 back transition card, Return of the Jedi. So it's listed at $2,500. Make an offer option. I did receive an offer from him for $2,350. And remember, an AFA 80 just sold a couple of weeks ago for $3,000. So I think he's got this one priced dead on the money. I'd be shocked if it doesn't sell. It's got 16 washers right now, so I think it's going to sell. Next up, we've got a CAS 80 double telescoping saber Luke Farm Boy. This one's at auction. It ends Sunday evening. Right now, the bid is $860. I don't know what it's going to sell for. I would guess probably in the ballpark of, if you're lucky, $950. At the high end, I wouldn't pay any more than probably $1,200. Double telescoping saber Lukes have come back down in price a little bit lately, so I wouldn't pay too much for it. But if you're into that and you're looking for one, the current bid's at $860, and again, that one ends Sunday evening. That was a lot to take in. That's what she said. There's a lot of different items available. Please use the affiliate links in the video description to place some bids or to use the buy it nows. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back soon.